Welcome back to What Dugan Thinks, third week. We're getting a little bit of momentum, not a whole lot, but we're doubling and tripling each week, and that's pretty good. Of course, when you're coming from zero, I guess it doesn't really matter. So, the topic today is about knives. I started getting into collecting knives seriously in the last 6 to 8 months, and basically have bought a bunch of them that are pretty neat. And I have no rhyme or reason for what I'm purchasing or not purchasing. Basically, the thought process for me is I don't care what the steel is. To be honest with you, I don't care about much of anything except for the aesthetics and the way it feels in my hand. I'm not interested in spending a ton of money. I am buying what I consider to be quote unquote semi customs like Devo knives and Tempest. To me, that's a semi custom knife because they're limited runs, even though they don't number them. As you can tell, I'm drinking my coffee this morning. I'm recording this early on a Sunday morning to go ahead and get it out of the way so I can be prompt and on time with my commitment to get this out every Monday. So that's what I'm doing. At any rate, what I consider to be a good knife is a knife that is functional. Whoops. Let's move this out of the way a little bit. Price doesn't matter. Anything else doesn't matter. This is a Cricket. And you guys that can't see it, I'll explain what it is. It's a Cricket. Looks kind of like a gentleman's knife, and it's made by Vortex. And I've bought maybe 3 of these, gave a couple away already. The action on this thing is stupid. Opens right up, closes buttery smooth. I've been using this one as a daily carry now for at least 8 months. It's full of glue, it's full of crap on the blade, but it's still as sharp as it can be from the day I bought it. And I think I paid 20 bucks. That'd be on the high end. I bought some cheaper. I've been finding them on eBay. I probably can just get it from their webpage cheaper. But this knife is incredible. Listen to it. It's incredible. Now, this is a stupidly inexpensive knife. The only thing that I've done to it is the clip on the back for putting it in your britches. Tried to bend it up and it broke. And I scoured the internet trying to find a clip that would fit it. I don't remember the exact model that fit it. I have to try to find it. I think I got it at wish.com. It's a name brand clip, but it fit perfectly. So I put that on there and I haven't had any issue since. But what makes a good knife? That's the topic. Basically, it's whatever knife that you like. It's whatever knife that you can afford. It's whatever knife that you deem to be a good knife. If it's that $10 gas station knife, which by the way, I hear that term by all the reviewers almost weekly. I just never have run across the gas station knife. I can't say that I've ever seen one. More coffee. My apologies. I'm waking up. I have yet to see one and not sure what that exactly means. I've seen cheap knives. I've got a lot coming up on my podcast, not my podcast. That's what this is. This is the podcast up on my channel on YouTube. Excuse me for a minute. Coffee went the wrong way. Um, I've got blister pack knives over there. I got knives that are nice in the box. I got some limited production. I got my Devo little nip in. I can't wait to mess with that a little bit more and go over it with you guys. I basically have my studio pretty well all done now. As you can see, the background's pretty much finished. I got all the cameras in place for my live stream. I hope to do a live stream very soon. I keep saying that, but I'm real close. I'm going to try to do a test with my grandson with the live stream, hopefully this evening. I have somebody coming over. I'm helping him reload today. He's so good. Um, we're doing some 6'5" Grendel with him, and we have had some success with that, teaching him how to reload. But back to the topic. So D2 S90V 1091 10.4 Big Buddy. I don't know what any of these steels mean. And don't care either. I can give a rat's ass. But it amazes me. I've got knives that are expensive. And I've got this $14 or $15 knife that is absolutely stupendous. It's just stupid. And every one of them that I've got has been exactly the same. And it just works. It doesn't have any jimping on the top. I wish it did. It doesn't have a good finger choil. It doesn't have a great sharpening choil. It has a little jimping on the flipping tab, but it works. And it blows my freaking mind. I just love that knife. I can't say enough about it. It sits on my desk, opens all the packages. It really needs to be tore down and cleaned simply because I've used the crap out of it, which is what you're supposed to do with a knife that you like, right? One that you use on a daily basis. More coffee. Now, don't get me wrong, I have other knives that I do like a lot. I'm really getting into the little micros right now. I think they're super cool, especially the ones that are done well, that have a nice, good size finger choil that you could actually choke up on the little knife and use it in every fashion possible. I have a couple that have some tints on it from Tucson that are just stupid hard to open. I'm going to try to fine tune, but it was a knife that I was on a hunt for that I finally found. And patience, people, is another virtue. Do not jump on the first thing you see unless you just can't, you're not going to see it again. I passed two of these up that got stupidly ridiculous on auctions. Stumbled upon this one. I always look at the auctions that are ending the soonest. Stumbled upon this and saved literally 60, $70. And it's a great little knife. I can't remember the name. Like I said, I got them stacked up. Tune into the channel if your guys are interested in seeing some of these. I know that some of you are just listening to this, and I appreciate the downloads, by the way. There has been a few. Most of my viewing seems to be going on YouTube, so I don't feel so bad about being visual. Yeah, and I can't stand not to keep flipping this little guy because it does such a great job. Another thing I like to go over is please send me email. I am getting the mailbox set up today. It's out there, it's functional. I just need to start checking it. And basically, it's WDT, like what Dugan thinks, mailbox at gmail.com. And you send in a letter, and I will read it online and answer your question. And I have patches to give out and some other swag. So I will pick a letter every couple of weeks. I'm going to do the mail call because I probably won't get enough to do it every week. And that's something I want to incorporate into the podcast. And again, I want to start looking at some of the other creators and so forth as well. This is not always going to be about knives. I'm going to do a lot of content on guns, current events, and other things. Cooking, of course. We got to have cooking, right? Everybody loves food. Uh, just did stuffed cabbage last night for my grandson. He's going back to Ohio. It was really good. A lot of prep and a lot of work. I think going forward, I'm just going to do the deconstructive version, throw everything in a damn pan and just cook it up because I'm going to tell you, we spent about 3 hours making that stuff yesterday. Tell me what your favorite podcasts are and what attracts you to those. That would be helpful on what I'm trying to do as well. Hang on. I keep drinking coffee the wrong direction. I apologize. It's finally gotten cool here in Florida. We're tolerable weather now, getting in the highs of only the mid to high 70s, which are awesome. Should be like this through now and May, which is why I live in Florida. It's a great time to be down here. So, where do you guys live? What parts of the country are you from? Where are you listening from? Or any other parts of the world that might happen to be joining in? I understand that YouTube is going to be doing a new AI feature that is, I guess, going to be basically a translator, not with text as much as a full blown translator. So, our shows that we do here in English will be broadcasted in many more countries that will now be translated into their native language, vice versa. So that's going to open up a whole new can of worms. I'm sure people that don't have gun rights and don't have the rights that we do here in the United States would appreciate to hear from the country that does and be interested in what's going on, as we would be interested maybe in some things in the other part of the world. But I'm running out of things to say. I apologize. Again, I'm new to this, trying to get it going. And I will reiterate the thing about the knives, get what you enjoy. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. It's no point in it. There's no reason to. They could care less. Do what you like. And like I said, this little guy right here is incredible. I don't know if I can get that in it closer. Yeah, there you can see it. You guys that can't, sorry, but it's a great looking knife too. And as you can see, it's drop shetty. Let's see if it's still centered. It's just as centered as can be. I mean, it's an absolutely fantastic knife for the money, and it comes in a various amount of colors. I think blue, black, red for sure. I'm falling to the red and the black, and I've kind of migrated to blue knives. Marcarta, is that how you say it? G10 and other ones. I also have some knife dyeing coming up here soon that I need to work on, and some acid etching. I got a lot of things planned now that I've got the studio pretty well squared away, and the rest of this stuff my grandsons helped me with over the summer. I'll be able to get these things done and have some content that's enjoyable and hopefully learnable and that kind of thing. So I appreciate everybody that's tuned in. I apologize that I'm not doing great with this yet. I hope to get better. Bear with me. Like I said, I am getting some momentum, especially on the YouTube side, and it's greatly appreciated by anybody that's taken the time to look. They seem to be hanging around for 4 or 5 minutes at least, which is a start. It's probably when I get really stupid and boring, but at any rate, and I'm having a hard time looking here at the little light on the camera too. I keep looking up at the screen at myself. I guess I should move this screen down, but we'll work on all that. Of course, this is a podcast, so it really technically should not matter, but I guess it does. I would like for you guys to look for me on Instagram. It is, at What Dugan Thinks. I'm on YouTube at What Dugan Thinks. I do have a Facebook page, but I got banned, and all I did was post a tournament at my gun club for a bench rest rifle, and it's the only gun content that I've ever put on there, and they banned me for life. Unbelievable. So I don't do a lot over there. It's a little risky. I have been posting these podcast informationals over there just to try to drum up some views and so forth, but they their political aspirations are not aspirations. What am I looking for? Outlooks are different than mine, I guess. But doing all in all pretty well, I hope. Hope that all of you guys are and have a good week. I look forward to getting back on here next week. My topic next week is going to be my carry gun and what I carry here in Florida when I'm dressed with no sleeves and gym shorts on and so forth. Going to go a little bit more detail on that, and that should keep me busy for 15 minutes and talking, because I really enjoy sharing how I carry it, and it's very convenient. And I always carry every day, no matter what. If I'm opening the door and going out of this house, I have a firearm in my pocket or in my side or someplace, period. Because that one day that you may need it, you won't have it. Sure as crap. Y'all have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a pleasure having y'all here.